Sunday, January 29th. I haven't done a video during the day in a while, and it's hard to get some footage in the dark. So before I did some traveling, I got some outdoor outlets in, try to get them between the ribs. Worked out pretty good. Got one there. I got the vent for the dryer out here between the ribs. Pretty happy with how that looks. Got one here next to the slider door in the kitchen between the ribs. And then one right here between the ribs. This is outside of the living room and office. And then yesterday I got the number 6 wire run for the hot tub. Went back into the house and down and came down to this little disconnect here. I might paint this white if you can. I'm not sure if you can. It has to be 5 foot away from the hot tub, so that's going to be interesting because I don't really want conduit going across the concrete, but I'll figure that one out later. So it comes all the way down here. Another outlet here. It's outside of the master bedroom. I'm debating on putting another one there. Code says you just have to have one on the front and one on the back. So I'll have a couple at the back side. Haven't got that far yet. But I also don't want extension cords going everywhere if I decide I need something. Probably put one outside of this door. Locked that. So I did get lighting out. I got a line coming out here to this box. This will be a 3-way circuit. I'm gonna have lights all the way down here and then to the middle of the front. And this will be kind of the north side lighting circuit. So I got to figure out how. I think I need to run either a wire from here to the other switch box or from the switch box inside to the other switch box, which is going to go in front. So you can turn those lights off from the front or from the master bedroom, just inside here. And then those will stop like halfway. And then I'll have the south side lights will be controlled from inside the kitchen and by the entry door. So I'll have another 3-way circuit there. Started drilling a hole up in there for a 6-inch exhaust vent for the range. And then I worked on some other electrical. I'm gonna have 2 4-inch cans in front of each garage door. So that's what those wires are. I gotta get the lights, the can lights, and then I'll just push the wires up, cut the hole, and then I should be able to reach up in there and grab them. Still have access from the garage side until spray foam happens. And then I also put a wire up here. Have a light kind of centered inside of this space. I was going to do these barn style lights here on between the ribs, but the way the metal lands, you got to pay attention to these details when you're doing metal work. You can see how there's a rib right next to the door, and over here the rib is like 4 to 6 inches over. No matter what I do, I can't get lights centered between the ribs. So I'd have to go on a rib and between a rib. And I just think it's gonna look goofy. You're gonna have kind of a kitty wampus mounting plate. The only way to do it would be to do kind of they call it J block, which is kind of difficult to do when the metal's already up. Could do it and then just feed it from the back side and then put a board across. But the other challenge I have is on this side, all the posts are in here, so can't really get in there to do anything. So I'm going to forgo that idea and just put one up here. And then I'll have all these lights in the overhang for the porch. I have lights there. If I decide I want to add just one over here, I can. Thought that might look kind of goofy, but could just put one there. And I got a bunch of other electrical done. So I'll have a switch. There's a feed into here. There's a switch for that center door. There's a switch for the lights that go in there, which will be a 3-way. Then there'll be a switch that goes up to the soffit, and then daisies each of those. And I'll have the same thing over that door and that awning for the entry door, but that'll be off of a different circuit most likely. My dad was here when I was traveling. Got a couple of 1/2-inch gas lines run. We use the CSST flexible. Stuff seems pretty slick. So starting on my manifold, I had to get a few more pieces, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to secure it. This unistrut doesn't seem to be working super great. So I might just end up putting a board behind it and using 1-inch clamps or 3/4 clamps when it goes down to 3/4. So a little overkill because I don't have 5 devices that will run on gas, but in the future, if I add anything like a heater or anything, it'll be super easy just to, shut that zone off, pull the plug, and connect up another gas line. So originally, I'm debating on doing mini splits or forced air system for heat and cool. I already have the radiant inflow heat, of course, so that should handle most of the heat, but I do want to have some supplementary emergency heat, and then of course I need air conditioning. So the ducting plans are very in-depth, and all the custom size ductwork that I need is going to be very expensive. So I'm debating on doing just a couple of 5-zone mini split systems, one for upstairs, one for downstairs. Will allow you to have, control it by room, and that doesn't require any propane. So I'll have range will be hooked up, dryer will be hooked up, and then one of these will feed the Navion boiler, which will be probably mounted on that wall. Control system will be there, boiler there. I think I'm gonna have another Navion boiler that will just do kind of be a backup, but they'll run in conjunction. So that's done. This is the hot tub wire coming back in. I'm getting a ton of drops in here. So then I got some that go upstairs. That's all the upstairs wiring. So I got to put that sub panel in. And what else did I do? I think that's good for this video. I'm sure there's something I'll think of that I didn't cover, but haven't made a ton of progress, but small bits and pieces here at night. This is where that gas line is going to come up and go up through there. And then I think it's just going to come on the outside, right down the middle where all the joists are. And then I'm going to kind of box that in, or when I do my siding, I just have to figure out how to go around it. Because I don't want to cut all those holes in the trusses, and then you'd have to have tiny pieces of gas line to fit through it all. So, so I'm working on that, get that over. I at least want to get it done to right here, so I can kind of set that in place out there, and then everything from this, you just kind of keep working your way back to where the propane is going to come in. So, thanks for watching.